I'm Meng FanHao. My eighth place is Get Line Plus Studio, which is our own architectural design studio, designed and remodeled by ourselves. Before the renovation, it was a university lecture hall and a female dormitory. We enclosed a courtyard with green plants on the ground floor of the original staircase and a new entrance to the studio. The lecture hall on the first floor, directly facing the entrance, was transformed into an exhibitional hall. As you can see, containing models, drawings, and multimedia materials. It's like our own creative storage box and a showcase to the public. We made the second floor lecture hall into a viable, multifunctional space, which is also the most popular place for the entire studio. In addition to daily meetings and exhibitions, we are also here for exchanging, gathering, watching movies, and so on. By the way, we had a year-end party here not long ago. Can you imagine a group of architects dancing and drinking in the meeting rooms? Yes, pretty crazy, but it's awesome. We removed the partition walls in the original female dormitory and placed office desks, conference tables, and computers. Through the exposed concrete pillars, it seems that we can still feel the old dormitory occasionally. This is exactly the time sense of architecture that I love. The Line Plus Studio is my favorite place because here, my partners and I have not only created many possibilities of design, but also the possibility of life.
My name is Zhuang. I'm an architect. Right now we're sitting in my Beijing office. The first time I start to think about to be an architect probably at high school, because I was always interested in different kinds of design, especially the industrial design. I studied in architecture in China. During the study, I realized that the system or the vision we learned from the Chinese school at that moment, let's say 15 years ago, was quite traditional. When I look at the new stuff the Western country offered to the market or to Chinese architecture society, I feel that's really exciting things. I realize I have to study abroad to understand those. So far for my architectural career, I think the most useful tool for me is the plan, the section, and elevation. That's like, for a human, it's like an eye to look at the world. For architects, that is really like diverse tool to look at the different layers, the multiple dimension, the thinking, the way to express, the way to communicate, the way to guide from the idea to the reality or to the physical world. I'm a computer pencil person. When we study architecture in China, we start from watercolor painting. Every student have to learn, because I said, this is really starting from the Beaux-Arts system. It's really tradition. You have to do charcoal pencil painting, you have to do watercoloring, and then also these fine pen drawings. So it takes hours to make one drawing. But I think it's really important as a basic training, and even it's really time consuming, but that is really good for me to understand the deeper relationship of a drawing and architecture. It depends on different cases, different environments. When I'm working, I usually put the classical Western music. When we, chatting, relaxing, drinking whiskey, of course, I think jazz is the best choice. I have how to say that, black 黑胶怎么说？黑胶 Yeah, I have a vinyl. I have a vinyl in my office. I do have a strong agreement that the music and the architects themselves and the production, somehow they have a strong link. This is called Sunmao. So actually it's a gift from one of my clients who hired me for making an art museum for putting his traditional Chinese furnitures. So this thing is like a typical but essential pieces for the Chinese furnitures, but in a larger scale that can be a Chinese beauty. When you don't know what you're designing, what you did is always the best design. I think the greatest achievement is I find a unique and a special path for finding a new code for Chinese architecture. The food is very similar as the way you're thinking. You know, I always make example. If you look at a pizza, right? What's going on there as materials, it's like a clear diagram presenting there. Here's a cucumber, watermelon, but of course you don't make pizza with watermelons. Banana, ham, cheese, or cheese is always fused. But if you look at the Chinese pancake, you know, the stuff is always mixed up and you know, stirred, and so you don't really know what's going on there. But of course the food is really strongly linked to how you think about your work, architectural or some other kinds of work. They're all related.